Hello and welcome to the Warrington Scoop podcast. I'm Charles.
And I'm Mike.
And we're here every month to explore all the brilliant things happening in and around Warrington.
Some you might know about and some you won't. We want to talk about the people doing great things for our town.
This month, Mike is teaching me about one of Warrington's famous landmarks, and we hear ideas for your best days out in Warrington. But before that, have you heard about the Litler versus Farah debate that's been happening on social media, Mike?
Yeah, it's really captivated me just because it's just so random. I think I first heard there's a boxer, I can't remember his name now, Dave Allen, that's his name, and he brought it up because a person messaged him asking him about it, and he was like, wow, that is one of the best questions been asked. So he's the guy that's tried to arrange it and contacted both Litler and Farah.
Oh, so somebody actually wants to go ahead and get this done. This is incredible. It's brilliant news. Should we explain what it actually is? Because obviously, why would, first of all, Farah have beef with Litler?
There's no beef, but what it is it's a half marathon, so 13.1 miles.
Yeah.
But at the end of every mile, they have to complete a 5:01 in darts, and the hard part about that is, and it has to end on a double, which is the real skill. That Luke Litler is amazing at doubles, and I can throw darts quite poorly.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just going to go, yeah, and you can throw darts as well, Charles, but not as well as Luke Litler. Fair.
But I can hit the odd double, but it would take me forever. So it'll be interesting because Luke Litler is odds-on favourite, and I looked at a poll. He's 60% favourite to win it, and they've both been asked about it, and they're both up for it. So I think they're trying to actually arrange it. But Luke Litler, he said he would walk the mile, and then he'd just easily hit the 5:01, whereas Farah will be there for ages trying to get a 5:01. So anyone, in a way, can complete 30 miles no matter how slow, but the 5:01, I think, is so hard, in my opinion.
So it's half a marathon.
Yeah.
And at the end of every mile, you've got to do a 5:01 leg of darts.
Yeah.
So start at 5:01, work your way down to finish at 0 on a double, and then you can set off and do the next mile.
Yep.
So it's a bit of the equivalent of like a pizza run or a beer run or something like that.
Kind of.
A wine run. There's one of those in France we should definitely go and do, Mike. And the whole thing is that because this is it, because part of me thinks this is a bit mean in a way, because Farah, okay, he's retired now, but Farah, one of our most decorated long distance or mid to long distance runners that this country has ever produced, going up against Luke Litler, who is obviously one of the best darts players that has ever been produced. But both of them are obviously at completely different ends of, I don't want to say the fitness spectrum, but, you know, Luke Litler is more you and me, Mike.
Yeah, definitely.
Than Farah. I mean, it's great. It's brilliant. I love the idea, but I can't help but feel it's a little bit mean. In a good way, though. It's fun. Obviously, Luke and Mo have heard about it. They've not turned around and gone, no, they've not been offended, either of them, by this. It would be really good fun to see it happen, I think. I do think that half a marathon is maybe a bit much.
Well, it will be for charity if they go ahead, apparently.
Of course,
so, yeah.
Of course, it would be. I love this kind of thing. It's a bit like there's that question, isn't there, of what is the hardest thing in sport? A 180 in darts, a 147 in snooker, or a hole-in-one in golf?
Wow, yeah.
Like, which one is harder?
That's a very good question.
What would you?
147 in snooker.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think that
because the darts, you could turn it around quicker all the time and try. Whereas the 147, you could get right near the end and just mess it up.
Yeah.
The hole in one, you could just get lucky, I think.
See, this is it, isn't it? It's an impossible question to answer because how would you ever... You would need to have somebody that was excellent, like top of the game for each of those three sports. One person to then be able to go, this is the thing that is easier. And it would, and in a way, because you're never going to get somebody like that who is at the top of their game for all three of those, you're never going to find out what the answer is. And in a way, I therefore, going back to Luke Littler and Mo Farah, maybe it shouldn't ever happen.
No,
Maybe it should just remain a question of who would win.
No, let's solve the debate. I want it to happen. It's great Warrington news.
Oh, I do love it. Where would you put it? Would you have it around Warrington?
I don't know.
We've got a half marathon in Warrington that happens in September. I'm not suggesting that this happens this September, by the way, but there is a course at least.
Just do it round sort of running track. I felt.
Oh no! Now Mike. You're now adding in complete and utter boredom into this challenge. This needs to be like the biggest. Now, obviously, there shouldn't be alcohol involved. I don't think, but otherwise, it will turn into like a comedy sketch, like a Fry and Laurie or something. But I do think that there should just be like a massive pub crawl. 13.1 miles. Every mile there's a pub with a dartboard in it. Me and you could give that a go one Saturday. That would be quite funny. Right, moving on. We've got a bit of history for you this time. Mike, you've basically been having a look around Warrington. I mean, one of the things that you absolutely love doing, and I love seeing it, is on the Warrington Scoop Instagram. You'll be sort of like, oh, have you ever looked up at the top end of this building? Or have you ever been down this alleyway or something like that? And I'm always like, I've been to that building loads of times, but I've never looked up and seen whatever it is that you've pointed out. Or, I've walked past that alleyway, but never realised what was at the other end of it. Or I love it with that sort of stuff. So I thought I'd ask you to tell me about one of Warrington's most famous landmarks. What have you got for me?
So the Warrington Transporter Bridge, everyone's probably heard of it or seen it.
Yeah.
But it's been in town for over 100 years, and I bet most people sort of driven past it without really sort of giving it a second look. It's kind of hidden away behind the Pink Eye and Banky station. You can get to it by parking at the Lidl that's there, and there's a signpost that takes you down it. You kind of go through whatever, I don't know what it is. It's some industrial place. You have to stick to all the footpaths, and it takes you.
You're going through the Unilever site, aren't you?
Is it Unilever? I don't know. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. You go through that, and you end up by the Mersey, and you end up at the Transporter Bridge, and it really is like absolutely amazing. So it was built. So firstly, actually, I have to say, I think there's only 3 from what I could find in the country, in the UK. 1 in Teesside, 1 in Newport, and our one.
Right.
It was built in 1916 by Sir William Arrol and Co. So it's the same firm behind the Forth Bridge in Scotland.
Nice.
And the whole point of it was to connect the 2 halves of Joseph Crossfields. So yeah, you're right, it is Crossfields. The soap and chemical works across the Mersey. Yeah. And it used to take all the wagons across. So it was last used in 1964, which is like 60 odd years ago. And since then, it's kind of just been abandoned. But it is a Grade 2 listed structure, which is absolutely great news, but that doesn't pay for the restoration. So the one in Teesside in Middlesbrough, they poured a lot of money into it. They built a new lift up the walkway. The gondola's been restored, a visitor centre. They've made like a real attraction of it. And I was sort of thinking about the Anderton boat lift. I don't know if you're ever into that. I know it's not the same thing, and that is still functioning, but a lot of people go to that. I've been myself.
Yeah.
So it could be something like that. We've already got the structure there. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know how long it takes, but
I mean, it'll be a lot of money, won't it? Obviously, there's a Friends of the Transporter Bridge, right? Which is like a charity.
Yeah, that was set up in 2015.
Yeah,
and they're doing a guided walk in September, or guided walks, a series of them, from what nice. I believe. So yeah. They go into schools and they try and like promote it as much as they can. And Forties Brewery, I've talked about their open days before. They've actually made a beer called Transporter Bitter, which I think sold out at the last beer festival that they had.
Yeah.
The walks are all guided walks that are going to happen in September, where you can get up close and the people behind the group will tell you more about it. I'll pop a link in the show notes so people can find out more about it.
Question though, just going back to, you said about what it was designed for.
Yeah.
Like, I've looked at it. How does it work?
Yeah, well, it's not a normal bridge, is it? So if you think of a normal bridge, it has two ends, like with two roads either side.
Yeah.
So I guess
I'm thinking of like the Canty.
yeah, like the cantilever.
Yeah.
Like, so for people that are obviously we're on a podcast right now, if you think of a football goalposts, that kind of shape, a long beam across the top, and then hanging down from that is like a platform on big cables, and cars or whatever would get onto that on one side and then get transported across. So you could drive your car onto the platform and then you go across the other side. So you don't have to go up and over the bridge. It's a totally different sort of bridge, hence the name Transporter Bridge.
Okay.
So years ago, really tall boats used to go down the Mersey, and building a bridge that tall meant that any sort of height of boat could go through. So that was another reason for it as well.
Right. Okay. Yes.
And that's about all I've got to say about it, really. But what I would say like, to people is just go and like check it out, because it really is, I don't know what you call it, a feat of engineering or whatever. You know,
it is
it's good. Yeah,
You're right. It's a feat of engineering. It's right there. And I mean, with the work that is now going on at the Crossfield site, because it's going to be a data center, isn't it, or something like that? That's going to be there now.
Yeah.
You know, in a way, yes, there's a public footpath there that will get you all the way through the site and up to where it is, but there is now probably a point where, you know, I don't know, maybe the friends are lobbying to make sure that the route stays open, to make sure that maybe it's improved upon in some way. Be a really good thing. I mean, I do think it would be amazing for the town to have, like you were talking about the Anderton boat
lift.
That was it. I think it'd be amazing if we could get that up and working. I mean, I don't necessarily think that you want it. I mean, maybe pipe dream, but you know, where you could actually go and get on the platform and be taken across and brought back as a bit of a thing, a day out. That'd be quite fun. But it would be such a shame, wouldn't it, to see it just never put back to its previous glory, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Middlesbrough one, I'm not sure if that's like fully functioning, as in you can actually go across, but I'll do some research on that after this, actually.
I think the fact that there's also only 3 of them, I think it is the Middlesbrough one that is the only one that works.
Yeah.
I mean, Middlesbrough, obviously, or Teesside, whatever it properly is, they kind of, they celebrate it, don't they? That it is the only one that works. Now, you know, I'm not saying that you would turn around and be celebrating the fact that we'd got the second one that works, but you'd be celebrating there's only 2 of these in the world and in the country that works. Like, come to Warrington and experience it. It'd be another thing. And yeah, why not? Get people visiting, get people coming and having a look at not just the Transporter Bridge, but then they go into town and they spend a bit of money in the town. The economy gets brighter. All of these different things. Why not? I think it'd be great. Maybe what we'll do, open invitation for the friends of the Transporter Bridge to come on and have a chat.
That's not a bad idea, that. But I think it's part of our heritage, because whenever there's some artwork done of our skyline, there's always like the pink eye, the golden gates, and the Transporter Bridge is always in there because it's got that kind of unique shape.
Absolutely.
And I remember a story years ago, it was in a paper, a guy came all the way from China to have a look at it. So
wow,
it is a bit different, you know. Not everyone's got one. Let's try and restore it.
Yeah. Why not? Let's see what can be done. You never know. We'll make sure that there is a link to the friends of Warrington Transporter Bridge in the show notes. Go and check them out.
Thanks for listening to Warrington Scoop podcast. Sign up to the newsletter and get events and feel-good news delivered to your email every Monday and Friday, which goes out to thousands of people. Go to warringtonscoop.co.uk now. So this month, we took to the streets to ask people where they go to when they want a good day out in Warrington. Charles, what would be yours?
Probably, because I've got 2 kids and a nearly 12-year-old, oh my word, and a 3-year-old, Walton Gardens.
Yeah.
Obvious, I know.
Yeah.
But definitely Walton Gardens is the obvious thing, but any real sort of open space park, Walton Gardens has it all, doesn't it? It has the zoo, has the playground, has the big wide open space.
Cheap parking.
Yeah, fairly cheap parking. So yeah, that's probably where you don't have kids, so this will be a completely different answer, I'd expect.
So mine's probably a Trans-Pennine Trail, partly because it's right at the end of my road, but I can get on there on my bike and go all the way down to Lim without touching a lot of roads, really.
Yeah.
A few pints in Lim, maybe, like cycle back.
Sounds about right.
You could also carry on towards Altrincham, or I could go the other way towards Bike Island. So, yeah, I just think it's really good.
There's also, I know obviously you're talking about going very linear either way from Warrington, either towards Altrincham or towards Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
But also, especially from where we are, where we live in Penketh, but obviously the TPT goes all the way through Warrington, so it doesn't really matter where you are, I guess. But it's also a link to places like Moore, for example.
Yeah, you could get off there.
You could get off there, go into Moore. That's a lovely, village, lovely pubs in there. And obviously more nature reserve as well that you go around, and just make sure you take your bug spray with you. And Moore is notoriously bad for me. I don't know about you for bugs, but yeah, I can't fault you with that. I'll be honest. The TPT is very good. And of course, it's home to our favourite pub as well at the end of it, or our end at least. You've been out and about asking people, haven't you, Mike? Should we hear what you've had to say about where you like to go in Warrington?
So I'm here just in the town centre today. Just bumped into Emma. She's having a coffee in town. Emma, how long have you lived in Warrington, and where's your favourite place to go for a day out?
Yeah, I've lived here for 8 years now, and I really like Lim for day outs.
What do you like about Lim? Where do you like to go? What makes it your perfect day out?
Well, if you've got a dog, well, even if you've not got a dog, but it's great to walk around Lim Dam with the dog. It's a really, really nice scenic walk. There's normally always an ice cream van somewhere along the way, which is always wonderful. But I really like going around like Lim little village as well. The little shops that they've got, because I love independent shops. So Stockton Heath's good as well for independent shops. But in Lim, there's one called Fond, which is really good. There's a really nice bakery as well, but I forgot what the name is.
Sexton's Bakery is the one.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, there used to be one on the... Oh.
Used to be one in Penketh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm here with Jaleel. How long have you lived in Warrington, and what's your favourite place to go for a good day out in Warrington?
So I've been in Warrington now just over a year. Favourite place to go to has got to be T1 to go play paddle, especially in the summer months. In the mornings, it is absolutely spot on.
Kathy, what's your favourite place for a day out in Warrington?
Well, I like going to Stockton Heath. I like going to the coffee shops, and then I like going to Ego's and having a look round the shops. Or I like going to Walton Gardens, particularly when there's an artisan market on.
Nice selection of different places there, Mike.
Yeah, it's always interesting to hear what other people have to say about where they like to go in Warrington. We're all different. If we all went to the same places, the world would be a boring place.
I think it shows the variety, doesn't it, of everything the town has got to offer. It's really good to hear that. So look, let us know if you're going to any of those places this summer, or if you've got a different one that hasn't been mentioned. Get in touch. We're on social media. Just follow Warrington Scoop, or you can send us an email, podcast@warringtonscoop.co.uk. Time for our event guide then, Mike. What's coming up in May?
Oh, all sorts. We've got a big mix of everything. But firstly, we've got the baby fair, which is in the Village Hotel. So if you've got a kid on the way, or little ones at the moment, it's back on Sunday the 17th of May, and it's got lots of small businesses there that will cover everything from pregnancy to early years. It's free to get in, and you can just get a ticket on Eventbrite to secure your spot.
Brilliant. The Hindley Street Country Club are bringing their show to the Parr Hall on Friday the 8th of May. They're an Australian cover band with a massive following for their high-energy live shows. Think all the songs you know and love, belted out with serious production behind them.
And then on Friday the 8th and Saturday the 10th of May, we've got the 28th Grafton Hall Beer Festival. So we're going to have over 30 beers and ciders, live music, all that kind of stuff, some food, and all the funds raised go back into the Grafton Hall Youth and Community Centre. So it's a good cause as well. That's actually one beer festival I've not been to around town.
I think I know where I'm going that weekend. Warrington Town Wrestling is spring loaded on Saturday the 9th of May at Alford Hall Sports and Social Club. It's a great shout if you've got kids to entertain. They are Warrington Town Wrestling. and they are putting on a fabulous show. Expect high-flying action, big characters, and plenty of pantomime villain booing as well. It's a brilliant family afternoon event out.
And then on Saturday the 16th and Sunday the 17th of May on Bank Park, which is just behind the Golden Gates, we've got Warrington Food and Drink Festival. I went to this last year. It was really good. We're going to have up to 80 traders, artisan makers, loads of live music, chef demos, and a small fair. Last year, I remember there was a stall that was doing some cheese tasting, and she told you all about the cheese and all that kind of stuff. And it was really good. Had a few beers in the sun. Really great day out. And of course, it's free. It's right in the middle of town. Everyone can get there on the bus, in the car, whatever.
Brilliant. Looking forward to that. And of course, it is May, so it'd be a bit remiss of us not to mention the Neighbourhood Weekender. Yes, it's back. Saturday the 23rd and 24th of May at Victoria Park. It's going to be great. Richard Ashcroft is headlining on the Saturday with Kaiser Chiefs, Sophie Ellis-Bextor and Example among the names on the bill. And on Sunday, the Blossoms are headlining with Shed 7, the DMAs, Jamie Webster, and everybody's favourite Spice Girl, Melanie C. If you haven't got your tickets yet, go see if there's any left, or find a ladder and scale a wall.
But have his jacket on, pretend you weren't there.
We do not actually suggest you go and do that, but it'd be fun to watch you get kicked out maybe. And that is your event guide for May.
Thanks for listening to the Warrington Scoop podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, share this with someone who spent 20 years complaining about the traffic on Bridgefoot but wouldn't live anywhere else.
And don't forget to sign up to the newsletter to stay in the know with events happening all around Warrington. There's a link, of course, in the show notes.
If you'd like to have your business or organisation appear on the podcast, send an email to podcast@warringtonscoop.co.uk. We'll be back in June with a brand new episode of the Warrington Scoop podcast.